I'm 98 years old, born and raised in a quiet town in the United States called Springfield. If I were given just 5 minutes to sit across from my 30-year-old self, I wouldn't comfort her. I wouldn't tell her that everything will work out. I would lean in, meet her eyes, and say something she wouldn't expect to hear. You are letting the most powerful years of your life slip away, and you don't even realize it. At 30, I misunderstood almost everything that truly mattered. I believed time would stretch on forever. I thought mistakes were small and easy to recover from. I assumed love would naturally fix itself, that my body would always bounce back, and that financial worries could be dealt with later. I was wrong about all of it. Now, at this age, everything I do takes longer. I move slower, I wake slower. But regret doesn't slow down. It moves fast and stays close. What I'm about to share isn't something I read in a book. It's something I paid for with years I will never get back. If you're around 30 or even close, please listen carefully. Don't repeat what I did. Back then, I believed love alone was enough to sustain a relationship. I thought if two people cared about each other, everything else would fall into place. That belief cost me years of quiet suffering. I avoided difficult conversations because I feared conflict. I stayed silent to keep the peace. I convinced myself this was just part of marriage. Be patient, adjust, endure. What I didn't understand was simple but important. Silence doesn't protect a relationship. It slowly destroys it. I overlooked small hurts. I excused disrespect because it didn't seem serious enough. I waited for change without ever clearly expressing what I needed, and by the time I finally spoke honestly, the emotional distance had already grown too wide to bridge. If I could go back, I would say this clearly: speak early, speak even when it feels uncomfortable. Don't wait until love turns into routine. A strong relationship isn't built on silence, it's built on connection. And don't marry someone hoping they'll change. People show you who they are from the beginning. Believe them. Love without respect will exhaust you. Love without communication will confuse you. And love without effort fades quietly over time. Don't stay just because you're afraid to start over. Time doesn't reward waiting, it only makes leaving more difficult. I also made a serious mistake when it came to my health. At 30, I believed my body would always be strong. I pushed through exhaustion, ignored poor habits, and laughed off the idea of taking care of myself. I told myself I'd focus on health later, but later doesn't arrive the way you expect. The signs came slowly: stiffness in the morning, constant fatigue, headaches I brushed aside. I told myself it was normal, that everyone felt this way. Years passed, and one day a doctor used words I wasn't prepared to hear: chronic, permanent, manageable, but not curable. That's when I realized something painful. When you're young, your body forgives. When you're older, it remembers everything. I didn't move enough. I sat for too long. I carried stress like it was part of life. I thought rest was weakness. It wasn't. If I could speak to my younger self, I'd say this gently but firmly: walk every day, even when you don't feel like it. Stretch. Your body is not a machine. Sleep is not laziness. It's repair. Stop living on caffeine and comfort food. Don't ignore pain just because others dismiss it. Pain is never nothing. Health isn't something you fix later. It's something you protect daily. Because when your health fades, your freedom fades with it. And without freedom, life loses its joy. Another mistake I made was letting my ego guide my decisions. At 30, I wanted to appear capable and successful. I hid my insecurities behind confidence. I argued when I should have listened. I stayed silent when I should have apologized. I thought saying "I'm sorry" would make me weaker. In reality, refusing to say it cost me more. Over time, small misunderstandings turned into distance. People didn't leave my life in dramatic ways. They slowly drifted away. And by the time I noticed, it felt too late to fix. Ego doesn't protect you, it isolates you. If I could go back, I'd remind myself to listen more than I speak, to stop trying to win every argument, to choose peace over pride, even when it feels uncomfortable. My ego also influenced how I handled money. I spent to appear stable. I bought things to feel important. I compared my life to others and tried to keep up. Saving felt boring. Planning felt unnecessary. Then life tested me. An illness, Unexpected expenses. A time when income slowed down. Fear entered quietly, especially at night when sleep wouldn't come. Financial problems don't always arrive with noise. Sometimes they whisper in the dark. I would tell my younger self, start saving before you feel wealthy. Plan while life feels easy. Understand that true security matters far more than appearances. Pride says, you're fine. Wisdom says, prepare. And finally, time. My biggest misunderstanding of all. At 30, I believed time belonged to me. I thought I could always catch up later. I rushed through mornings, conversations, even moments with people I loved. I was constantly busy, but rarely fulfilled. I told my parents, I'll call you later. Later became tomorrow, tomorrow became next week, and one day, later disappeared. I still remember hearing my mother's voice grow weaker over the phone. I noticed it, but I didn't change anything. I thought I still had time. That was my mistake. Time doesn't forgive. I watched my children grow while focusing on what came next: work, money, responsibilities. I missed the small moments, their laughter, their questions, their quiet need for attention. Children don't wait. They grow, whether you're present or not. I thought I would slow down when life became easier, but life doesn't become easier. You just become more tired. Years pass faster than you expect, faster than you're ready for. One day, I looked in the mirror and saw someone unfamiliar, an older woman carrying memories and regrets. That's when I understood the truth. Time doesn't warn you when it's leaving. It slips away quietly while you're busy planning. If I could speak to my 30-year-old self, I would beg her, slow down, stay longer at the table, listen without watching the clock, rest without guilt, don't delay love, don't postpone kindness, don't wait to start living. Life isn't lost in one big moment. It disappears in small delays. Please, don't live as if time is unlimited. It isn't. If this message felt real to you, pause for a moment and choose differently today. If this touched your heart, support the channel. No filter advice. By liking, commenting, and subscribing for more real, honest life lessons.